Now for the Wired Nerdy Podcast with your hosts, Keith and Doug. Let's get nerdy.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Wired Nerdy Podcast. This is season number 3, episode number 27. My name is Keith, and I'm here with my good buddy, Doug. After we had a little bit of a hiatus, we took a break. Life has been lifing for me, bro. How about you?
Not bad. You know, we are in the heat of summer. It's triple digits.
What's the weather like out there? It's hot. Damn hot. Real hot. Hotter than this is my shorts. I can cook things in it.
I think we're both suffering a little bit, but air's working. Air's back on.
Finally. Yeah. So the backstory in that is, okay, there's a couple of things. First of all, I upgraded my sound system in my living room. So I was putting on these new like banana plug style things and wiring. I'm like, This is like a little over a week ago. And I'm like, man, it's kind of toasty in here. Wife walks by and I'm like, it's kind of warm. And she's like, yeah, don't worry. I turned it down. We're good. A few minutes later, it's getting hotter and hotter and hotter. And then I realized my air conditioner stopped working. And for a short while when I was in the garage, I heard a pop. But I thought maybe someone was shooting some guns. You know, we live out in the country. You hear that, right? Yeah. And got it checked out. Kind of find out the 21-year-old air conditioner just compressor blew, coil blew. It just went haywire. So had to get the entire unit replaced.
Oh, yeah.
And so today is day one, full day of us having AC back in the house. Awesome. And after that, and the rough day, we just had so much going on. I just messaged Doug. I'm like, dude, I can't, man. I am so beat. I'm exhausted. The heat was making me cranky. You had similar, not quite a total replacement, but you know the pain, right? You went through this already this season.
You know, I'm just going to say bad contractors, but I had a 6-year air conditioner. They failed to honor the warranty that I clearly had on paper. I'll leave it at that, my little rant, but it's up and working. Another company came in, fixed it perfectly. It's working great.
It was just a leak for you, right?
Yeah. It was just a leak and nobody could find it.
Dude, that's awesome that you got it fixed. I'll tell you what, the timing is great. We got it back last night, and here where we live, last week really wasn't too bad. We're talking 85, 86, 88.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
Dude,
it was bearable.
We're under a heat advisory now until Monday. And the heat index is 107. Now, that's the heat index, of course, not the mainline heat.
Yep.
And then I think we get a reprieve in the middle of the week. But anyway, so we got a fun little session for you today. And let's do a little bit of nerd news. You want to do that? You want to cue it up?
Let's get into it.
Let's cue up the nerd news.
Nerd news.
I'm going to rely on you because since I've been so busy, Doug has been pulling the weight like a champ, helping me out in prep.
So the first story, and I kind of thought about this because we are not a political podcast, but I think this is a good thing for everybody, or a bad thing. I'm kind of split, and I'll explain that. So Apple announces that they are going to invest around $100 billion into manufacturing iPhones, iPads, all the products in the U.S. I think it's great. Now, my concern is if we come over to America, we pay our employees more. We have healthcare. We have other things that I wish the country of origin had, but they don't. So with that being said, I think iPhones, iPads, all that stuff's going to go way up in price because it's going to be a lot more expensive to purchase it.
I agree, man. You hit a nail on the head. So the crazy thing about this, so of course, there's tariffs. We talked about that. And this is a good way to kind of mitigate that. Now, to me, this is a good and a bad. It's a good, like you said, because, it makes jobs. That's awesome. And I'm a huge fan of tech jobs being here, whether they're data centers, whether it's manufacturing, that's awesome. However, we have good things like unions and higher pay. What I don't think people get, and this could be the bad thing, is they're used to $1,000 iPhone.
Yeah.
And the phone, I wouldn't doubt it if it doubled in price if it was manufactured here.
Oh, yeah.
So as long as people are willing to understand that, that's the trade-off. Part of the reason why, and it isn't just iPhones, it is all PC stuff. Part of the reason why we are so fortunate to have the prices we do is because of cheap labor. And yeah, you're right. Yeah. There's a lot of questionable human rights things sometimes and that sort of stuff. But we benefit from it. So I don't know, man. This is a good and a bad thing to this. So now I do think it's interesting that they talk about it's the iPhone and watch cover glass production. What I will give Apple credit is if they were to build the entire phone here, it probably would double in price. But if they're only doing parts like the glass, that makes sense. The other smart thing about that, glass, you need like sand and silicate in order to make it. That's readily available. A lot of the technology stuff, part of the reason why it's very beneficial for it to be made overseas is because a lot of the cobalt, zinc, the rare earth materials, they're actually mined over there as well.
Oh.
So if you make the whole phone here, you're going to have to mine it over there and then ship it over here anyway.
Yeah.
I think this is smart to just pick certain parts that make sense to make here. So I will give Apple kudos credits on this. And maybe it's also it's a cost saving measure as well, to where it won't be $2,000. Honestly, dude, if they made some of the parts here in America, I think it'd be worth tacking on a couple extra $100, to the device. So I don't know. We'll see. Cool. Good story.
Yeah. The next one we're going to look at, and you showed me the trailer, and I thought it was a joke. But it's a real movie. So the next one we're going to talk about is Ice Cube. He's made some really good stuff. In my opinion, the Friday movies. He had one where he was, it was a family drama, and I'm sorry, I'm drawing a blank. I'll look
Are we
that
there
up.
yet?
Are we there yet? Thank you.
Yep, that's it.
So now he's trying to recreate War of the Worlds, which I think Tom Cruise, you love him, you hate him, did a very good job on War of the Worlds. But this one, oh God, it's so terrible.
I had to bring the trailer up.
It's so bad.
I think it was after the last podcast. I said, Doug, have you seen this? Check this out. And I was excited.
Yes, this is definitely you picked this, but I had to mention it.
Dude, it looks
okay. It's kind of techie right now. It looks good.
It looks fine right now. Then it just takes this weird turn.
Oh God,
the acting is cringy. Ice Cube is fine, but it's like I think it's shot just all on his face the whole time sitting in a room. And then they cut over to like these B actors and like clips of stuff. It looks like they just mashed together a bunch of B-roll. But the worst part is the very end when they reveal the aliens.
The tripods, yeah.
Oh, dude, I have seen better special effects. Oh man, on Sci-Fi Network, on the Sci-Fi Channel. I mean,
like the little meteors, asteroids coming down, they look so cheesy.
It does. A lot of people running in their phones, and he's able to check out their feeds on social media. People just talking into their phones like they're talking to him, because I guess he's a scientist according to the trailer.
I guess
acting is just so cringe. And then whenever they do show the aliens, it's kind of blurry and shaky on purpose, just so that they didn't have to make it look good. Its Rotten Tomatoes score is just hilarious. It's just hilarious. It's like a 0.
Now, I'm looking at Rotten Tomatoes today. It has come up 3 points.
Hey, 3%.
Good old 3%.
You know what? Maybe it'll become a cult following. Everybody will end up loving it. I don't know. But to me, I wonder about the licensing. Like, I'm very like how horrible that jet was. Oh my gosh. It was like not even a cartoon. Part of me wonders, War of the Worlds was originally a radio broadcast written and performed by Orson Welles. I'm wondering if it's out of, copyright, and that's why they're able to make this, So I don't know. Because part of me is like, well, does somebody own the rights to this thing?
It looks like it did hit the public domain in 2017.
Hey, there you go. Then that's probably what it is. So
that's just a very quick search. So I'd have to check.
I bet that's why they're able to make this. Look at that jet, dude. There's like no details. I even paused it.
It looks terrible. Yeah.
There's like no details on it whatsoever. It's horrible.
Yeah.
Look at that. Look, it even cuts. Look at the nose of it.
It should be hitting the other plane. Yeah.
And then look at that. Look at that.
Oh, it's terrible.
Oh my God. I've seen better fanfic films, man. Some of them Star Wars ones are really good. Like, how does this? I don't know, bro.
Yeah.
Anyway,
no idea.
If you want a good laugh, go check it out. I'm not gonna watch it.
Watch the trailer.
Yeah. Watch the trailer. You'll get a full nose on it. All right, next one. Charlie Brown Christmas is celebrating its 60th anniversary with a Zeotrope vinyl. That's interesting.
Very interesting.
Oh,
What a classic show. I used to remember
Let's check
watching
this
that all
out.
the time on TV every year. But all the songs really good. I just thought this was a good story today.
I love that they're doing vinyl. Look at that. Zooming in on that.
The vinyl looks amazing.
I think that's cool if you're a collector.
Definitely.
And that's really nice.
And
Yeah,
vinyl's kind of coming back.
They
Well, not
are,
kind of.
dude.
It is coming back.
Dude,
yeah.
it is back. $35 for that vinyl. That's not bad. Has all the songs. Yeah, it's kind of a cool tribute if you're in Charlie Brown.
Now, just me being mad, as long as Square Enix doesn't do your pre-order, it'll stay at $35.
Yeah, there you go. As long as it's not one of those Amazon resellers like Square Enix was using. So, well, that's pretty cool. Just in time for the holidays, too. So, released on September 26th. So, shout out to a friend of ours. His name's Alex. This dude can play the piano like nobody's business. And I always remember at Christmas time, he could play the Peanuts theme. I always asked him, like, dun 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 dun. And he could play it flawlessly. It was so much fun. So
very nice.
It's kind of neat to hear in person. So shout out to you, Alex. Hope you're doing well, buddy.
Yep.
All right. What else do we got here? Oh, this is going to lead right into our main topics, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to let you do the talking.
So if you've been under a rock in the video game world, let's just start there. That the last 2 weeks have been the Battlefield 6 beta. Now, there's been some controversy with Battlefield, I think, and you helped me with that, with Battlefield 1, which is like Battlefield 7 or something, 5 anyway, and then Battlefield 5, which is like 9 or 10. Anyway, they're numbering.
They did them out of order. Here, let's find that order while you're talking.
Battlefield 5 and Battlefield 2042. So my personal opinion, Battlefield 2042 released with so many bugs, glitchy, terrible, a lot of server issues.
Yep.
And then they added a bunch of stuff that really wasn't known to Battlefield, like cosmetics and specialists. So instead of your class of assault, engineer, support, sniper, you had all these specialists, and you could mix all the kits and gear and weapons, and it was just a big mess. And I think that's not what Battlefield's known for. So with all that being said, Battlefield 6 beta started 2 weeks ago. It's going this weekend right now. And it's doing very well. And I think, kind of kicking it old school, we're going back to the good days of Battlefield 3, Battlefield 4. I can't compare it to Battlefield 1 because that's its own masterpiece.
I have the order up here. So the first one was Battlefield 1942, and that was released in 2002. So that's World War II. It's interesting to point out what made this game different it was more, the map was big. You weren't condensed into hallways. The maps were big, and with Battlefield 1942, you could like run from like even parts of this island. It felt large at the time. And then of course they branched into Battlefield Vietnam, Battlefield 2, and then Bad Company, Bad Company 2, and then they get into like, Battlefield 3, 4, Hardline, and then it gets weird because then it goes like Battlefield 1, which was World War One. I think that's why they called it that.
And I think everybody was confused on the naming of it.
Yeah. And then it jumps from Battlefield 1 to Battlefield 5. Then 2042, which I played a lot of it, and it was okay, but it had a rough launch. And of course, now we're at Battlefield 6, which is the one that Doug's talking about. So leading into that, Doug, let's talk about the numbers. Break
the numbers
this down
are great.
for us.
So I refreshed the numbers. What we're looking at is an active site. It's not a screenshot. This is today's numbers.
500,000.
And right now, if we're on the same page, Battlefield 6 all-time peak. So it's only been going for 2 weekends. All-time peak is 521,079 people. Now, if we flip over to Call of Duty, their all-time peak, and this is 2.8 years ago to today, total
didn't even meet it.
491,000.
Now,
so
we're not a political podcast, but Doug, I think you're walking on the line here of some wars. There's some pretty passionate people about Call of Duty versus Battlefield. Like this is like Marvel versus DC, Star Wars versus Star Trek, Apple versus Android stuff here. Some people get really passionate. So you're throwing down some numbers here. That's going to make some people mad. I'm just saying.
And maybe, I'll give the benefit of the doubt that this is a beta and everybody's testing it, but I don't think so. I think
hasn't Call of Duty had betas? Hasn't Call of Duty had betas? I'm
They
pretty sure
have, and I don't think they've done this well.
I don't think so. Well, okay,
Yeah.
so you heard my take. Like, what is your opinion on what's the fundamental difference in play style between Call of Duty and Battle? How would you encapsulate it? What would you say?
The easiest way to explain it is the openness of the map, the huge map, and that's what people complain about in Call of Duty, which I guess I get is Call of Duty's maps are relatively small. It's really quick action,
Fast
where
action, yeah.
Battlefields is kind of strategic. You have to use weapons. You have to capture all these areas in some maps, and you have to use vehicles to actually get all the way over there.
Yeah.
So that's the
which I love
quick
the
analysis of
No,
it.
you're
Yeah.
good. So it has vehicles, bigger area of play. The numbers are crazy. So you're looking at after 2.8 years, 491,000 for Call of Duty.
Mhm.
The latest rev, I think. Isn't that this the latest one? There's a new Call of Duty coming out, by the way. And what's funny is the other day they announced that they are going to release gameplay footage. But I had read an article, the developers are getting nervous with how well Battlefield's performing, and
Very well.
they don't want to go toe-to-toe with it, which I don't blame them.
I don't either.
Dude, look at these numbers. That's just insane. 500,000 people. And there was a beta test. And by the way, everybody, the reason why they do a beta test is they're stress testing the servers before it launches. Is this October, right? This will come out in October?
October 10th, yes.
There you go. Perfect. And so that's the whole point of it, is to get feedback, see if people like it, but then to stress the servers. So if they had a beta last weekend and they have a beta this weekend and they're already at 500,000 and the game hasn't launched yet, oh boy.
Yeah.
Hold on, brother. It's going to get crazy. So I haven't played it yet. We're going to kind of launch into that. Before Doug, you have played it. So I'm going to have you launch it too. But before you do, there's one controversy with this in that it requires, when you go to, and you'll see this, it says technologies under here, under the counter, what they call EA's anti-cheat system. Before you go to install the game, it requires you to turn on something called secure boot. And that means you got to go into your BIOS and enable it. And if you don't have your hard drive configured right, you have to do all these hoops, and it's a long thing. So let's boil down, like, what is it and why? Because a lot of people have been claiming that even when they turn on secure boot, it's bricking their systems and all that. Now, it's not a lot. I dare say it's a small number, but people are still complaining. I went through this right before the podcast. I haven't played the game yet. Doug and I are going to try to get in and play a little bit tonight. So I was like, oh, I need to turn on secure boot. So I thought it was going to be easy. Well, I haven't updated my BIOS since like 2022. So I went ahead and flashed my BIOS, and it just added extra time. And I know what I'm doing, and I walked through it, and it took me a little bit to do, but I had to flash it. Now, what is secure boot? It really boils down to that the motherboard, which is the heart of your computer, the brain of your computer, ends up loading whatever boot software it finds. What does that mean? If you plug in a thumb drive or if you plug in a hard drive, it looks to say, hey, are there any operating systems that I can start on? And it just goes. He doesn't care. Okay. Yeah. Secure boot is the only system that allows you to essentially force what's called assigned boot software, like Windows or approved drivers. So think of secure boot as like a security guard that checks your PC shoes before it's allowed inside. Make sure that you're clothed. Think of it that way. Now, why does a video game need this? Well, oftentimes viruses or hackers will try to sneak something malicious at startup, and secure boot will block it, is what happens. And there's a lot of things that are called root kits or boot kits, and they hide malware in it for Windows to start. This ensures that the PC only runs legit verified software at boot. And it is required by Windows 11 in some modern games, and games like Battlefield, Valorant, and they do it to prevent cheats. Now, however, there's a bit of a controversy with the beta because they claim that some PC people have gotten around this still yet, because where there's a way, there's a hacker, right? And the console players are like, oh man, some of them are turning off crossplay because they feel like the PC players are cheating. Now, you could argue, Doug, you're big on keyboard mouse on some games, right? Maybe they're just better. I don't know.
Yeah, I appreciate you explaining that, because I had to turn on secure boot. And
did you have troubles doing it?
I had a little trouble, but I typed in, I have an Intel Arc graphics card. I typed that in. I typed in secure boot, turn on. I'm trying to say boot or something. I turned it on, and it was no problem. Fired right up. But I did get the error of you must have secure boot turned on before you start.
Cool. Sorry, I was trying to get some gameplay up here, and it's yelling in my ear.
No problem. As you're getting that up,
There we go.
couple of matches that I've played so far, it's running really well. For a beta, I don't know that I've noticed any bugs. I am playing on PC, but I am playing with a controller. I'm not playing with a keyboard and mouse.
Oh, you're not? I thought you were going to do...
I've tried it. I'm just so much better with a
I'm surprised to hear you say that.
Mouse.
I thought you were a hardcore keyboard mouse, man. When we've played these games
I
in the
was
past.
for... What did I play?
What game?
Skyrim.
What about
Aliens
Aliens?
Elite.
Dude, yeah, we played tons of Aliens Fireteam Elite, and you've always been keyboard. So is it just this game you're not good at it, or you think you're getting old?
It's so fast.
What's going on?
Aliens Fireteam may be a little slower action.
That's fair.
It's so I needed to speed up, yeah.
Well, I'm always... I don't know. I have early signs of carpal tunnel with my career. I'm always typing. So I'm controller all the way. But we've talked about this before in that the reason why I like these games and I got into them was I'm not good at them. I've never claimed to be. I don't talk smack in them. You know, I'm not the guy at Halo that would be like, oh yeah, in your face, I'm going to teabag you kind of a thing. So no, that's not like my style because I know I'm not good. I'm not a Twitch player. I'm not really good at flicking my wrist, and my reflexes are gone. Like back in the Counter-Strike days, maybe I had good reflexes on PC, but controller's where it's at for me as a result. I feel like I do better with it. But this game allows me to play a support class like a medic or even an engineer. And if you're repairing tanks and vehicles, or if I'm throwing med packs down or reviving people, I'm leveling up. I don't have to be an awesome kicking sniper in order to do well in this game. I can just support people who are good. So if I go in like with somebody like you, who's just like ripping them up, all I got to do is run behind you and keep throwing ammo packs at you.
Yeah,
that's my speed, bro.
Yeah.
So I'm controller all the way on this, but I'm control. Like when we would play Aliens Fireteam, I was controller as well. So I don't know, man. That's my spiel on it. Like to me, it's just more about comfort. And tonight when we play, I'm going to be breaking out my Razer controller. It looks like an Xbox controller. I love that thing. It's kind of clicky. You know, it's kind of
very mechanical. Nice.
So, but let's get into the game. You've played it. I haven't. I gave my little preamble about the secure boot, what it is. Everybody's loving it. Give me your first initial impressions. How much have you played? Let's break it down. Talk vehicles, talk what do you see, talk classes. Just give us your impressions, man.
Yeah, so we need to start with connectivity. That's always the worry is this is a beta. Tons of people are trying to get on. And what's the connectivity issues? So the first thing I noticed, which kind of scared me, is I was 171,000 in the queue. That was my number in the queue. But 10 seconds later, I guess 171,000 people got to get into a server launch.
So you were 171,000?
It says your spot in the queue was 171,000.
So
I sent you a picture. Another game, I was 14,000.
Okay, so I want to hold off there. This is funny. Yeah. The internet has been making fun of the queue times because of so many people playing it. And the one I thought was the most funny was it had the queue and it said like what you said, 100,000, whatever. And then somebody had superimposed Major Payne on top of it. And he goes, you mean to tell me that there ain't no room for a killing machine and this man here's armor?
I saw that same one. Yep.
I loved it.
Even at 171,000, I waited 2 minutes, 3 minutes, and that was it.
How many people are in a match, by the way? Sorry to interrupt you. 64?
No, you're good. I think 64.
Okay.
But what was it 120 for 2042?
It was. And maybe they'll open that up for this. I don't know. But I think it's 64. But my point is, if you were that far in the queue, then loading up at 64 at a time, man, think about how many games that thing fired up.
Oh my gosh, yeah. And so getting into the game, no issues at all, no lag, no nothing. And that's something to give a shout out for my Intel Arc. I don't have like a 4060 or a mainline graphics card. I've got that Intel Arc B580.
What are you running on your settings? I saw there was performance, balanced.
I'm running performance now.
Really?
I've tried to do some frames per second tests, but I can't get that to work. I have found that Intel has a FPS counter for the ARCs, and I was going to download that tonight.
Gotcha. Like for me, I still have a 3080 Ti. It's an older card, if you will. But I had it set. I just launched into the game, went through one round very quickly to make sure it worked. And I ended up overclocking my RAM for this, by the way, just for fun. I want to see how it goes. But I set it to balance. I'm wondering if you're on performance, if I should be, and I'll check my frame rate to see what it is, because it is an older video card that I have. But yeah. So anyway, go on. What else did you
So
think about
with all that being said, getting into the game. So you have, like I said, the classic assault, engineer, support, and sniper. So the name of the position describes exactly what you're going to be doing. And I love that it goes back to those 4 simple things instead of the special characters in 2042.
Those weird subclass things they did.
I mean, they were kind of cool. They had little gadgets and stuff.
At first, but
it took away from the experience.
I
Because
agree.
when you just want to be like a normal assault class, you could not do that.
Yeah. So what's your impressions of, like, you're rocking the Battle Mage Intel video card? What's your impressions on graphics? I want to give a shout out. We're showing gameplay here from The Broken Machine. He's streaming. This is on YouTube. I want to give him a shout out. Don't want to steal his stuff, but the graphics look amazing. I'm kind of blown away at like all the dust. Like, what's your take on the graphics so far?
The graphics are amazing. You have particle effects. I have lighting issues. Now, the one thing I did turn on, and you know me, is motion blur.
I
can't do motion blur. It's probably something with wearing a hearing aid, but it just made me sick.
Makes total sense.
But oh my gosh, yeah. See, it doesn't really show in here, but the texture of the rocks, the grass,
it's beautiful.
The smoke and the debris.
Yeah,
it's doing a really good job. My Intel Arc, if they make a new series after this, I'll probably stay with that.
Really, that's really awesome, dude. Your car was performing great, and like part of the particle physics in this, and I think what's going to make this one unique is you can usually, like with Battlefield 2042, you get behind a rock, you got cover. On this, it's a little different in that if you get behind, like if you're in a building, what happens when you take cover in a building that you can run into?
Yeah, so we're going back to the good old days of if you want to get somebody in a building, just blow the whole building up.
I love that.
And it's amazing. Now, some of the buildings don't blow up at all, which that's fine. They've had that before. I mean, I'm sure a programming stance, you can't program every single building to crumble.
Eventually, they might be able to.
They might be able to, but I'm sure that would be taxing on everybody's hardware.
That's true. There would be a lot going on.
If someone's hiding behind a window, just blow the whole building up and bring them down. It's very awesome.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Destructible environments. Yeah. Go ahead. Go on. What else?
No, I was just going to say, getting into communication, that's another issue that 2042 suffered was, I think, not even the beta, but the actual game, no party chat. It's like, oh, well, we're working on party chat. And that's when they released the full game.
Oh, for 42?
You may need to correct me, but I think
for 2042?
Yes.
Yeah, it had a lot of bugs like that. Like it didn't.
So you couldn't even party chat. So in this beta, they have party chat working great. They have crossplay compatibility working great. So I'm on PC. I played with my brother who is on Xbox.
When you play with your brother, did you use Discord for your audio? Did you use the in-game chat?
No, we used in-game chat, and it was flawless.
Really?
No crackle, no lag, no nothing.
Can you just have comms? Can you just have comms between you two, or does your whole squad hear you?
Your whole squad. Well, you can do party chat or squad chat.
Oh, cool. Good. So you got the options. Okay.
So communication's great. Kind of moving down to the maps. Maps are really awesome. So I've played Conquest, Rush, and then Breakthrough. So Breakthrough's kind of an advancing stage. Instead of Conquest, you have the whole map.
Yep.
Breakthrough is one flag captured, next flag captured, if that makes sense.
Push your way through,
And then Rush is kind of, you're setting bombs on the flag, and then once that bomb goes off, you go to the next section.
And so
to explain the different things.
So break that down, though. So, so start on the last one. Is it Conquest with the flags?
Yeah, Conquest is the entire map's open. There's 5 or 6 flags, and you can capture whichever one you want.
And is the other team disabling the bombs?
That's Rush. So not to get confused.
I'm getting them confused. Okay.
Yeah. So Conquest, just think of that as capture the flag of the entire map.
Oh, got
Rush, think of that as section A. You have to do it first, then section B after that.
In order.
Yep. And Breakthrough's the same way, but no bombs. You're just capturing flags, I believe.
Okay. What's your favorite of all the modes?
I love Rush, but Rush is back to Battlefield 3, Battlefield 4 days. It was awesome.
Okay. So that's your favorite mode so far.
Now, Breakthrough, though, I think Breakthrough will be similar to Battlefield 1 where you have the stories. And if this has the same stories as Battlefield 1, it's going to be awesome.
Okay. That's cool. That's cool.
Go into the maps. You're in mostly urban environments. There's one level you're kind of in a mountainous region.
Okay.
Big mountains, tons of snipers, which that's going to happen anyway.
Yeah.
One of my favorite maps, though, is Brooklyn. I think you're fighting right underneath the Brooklyn Bridge.
Oh, that's cool.
Running through coffee shops, things are exploding, windows are crashing.
That's cool.
Crazy.
It's mayhem. You sent me that video of that dude that went into the game the first time, and it was like real war. He just
looked like
why is everything
cinematic
blowing up?
Yes.
That was
Moving on
hilarious.
to the classes. So we had assault, engineer, support, sniper. The one thing that may be kind of confusing is you can use all the weapons with every class. I can't remember if that was the case with
42,
Battlefield 3 or 4 or not.
I'm trying to remember, man. I've slept since then, so I can't remember. But I am glad they're letting you do that. You can just pick up any weapon and play regardless of class. It is cool. That's good. That's good.
The customization of the weapons, your
putting the
stuff on there like scopes and sights and muzzle devices is really cool.
That's cool.
Unlocking is nice. It has the big exploding numbers of promoted or weapon unlock.
Do they have turrets in this like they did 2042?
Like machine gun turrets?
Yes. Yeah. Remember how you could deploy them?
Well, no, they do not.
Oh, okay.
Nope. So I have seen like mobile missile launchers.
Okay.
Well, not mobile; they're stationary.
But they shoot.
But no, like a mobile turret, they do not have that.
Okay.
I think that was a specialty of the guy that you were playing.
Yeah, it was 2042 had that. That's why we'd always set them up at egress points. So you covered maps, you covered graphics, you covered the classes. So what's your favorite class? What's your impression of them as they stand?
Right now, I've been rocking support, which support is like a medic. You'll have defibrillator pads, and you can go around reviving people. The one cool thing that I love, and I think they were wanting to do it on 4, but they didn't, was when you revive somebody, you actually drag them away as you're reviving them.
Really?
So what I've done
That's
is
cool.
I run out, grab somebody to revive them. I'm reviving them as I'm pulling them back to cover. I think that's a great
It does
option.
it on its own, or do you have to do it?
It's doing it while you're dragging them. So you can get shot while you're dragging and reviving your buddy.
Oh, that's cool.
But that's a really awesome feature.
That's cool. That's awesome. Huh. Very neat. Didn't know that. How do you feel about the vehicles?
Moving on to vehicles?
Vehicles, yeah.
So I've driven APC armor personnel carriers, so like a Bradley, if my military nerds out there. Tanks is your M1 Abrams, your main battle tank for the U.S. Army.
Nice.
Jets, I think you got the F-16 Falcon.
F-22?
Being a nerd there. No, I haven't seen a Raptor yet.
A Raptor, okay.
Your jet is your AH-64 Apache. Here's my nerding coming in.
Nice.
And then you've got little buggies like UTVs that you ride around. It has a mounted machine gun on it. Very cool.
Oh, very cool.
So I believe right now, I'm sorry to interrupt you.
No, go ahead. I was just going to ask a question.
Controls are a little wonky, but they're better than 2042.
So this is my question on vehicles. I've always felt, now I remember they had a Black Hawk in Battlefield 2, 3, and 4, something like one of those. And I always
best one, not to interrupt you, was Bad Company 2, that Black Hawk circling around the island.
Yeah, because you had somebody on a turret shooting.
That was good times.
So I always felt flying the helicopter was fun and great. Jets, especially in 2042, I could not do them. They are so hard. Do you feel like
I think it's way easier. I think the problem with 2042 is it had a VTOL and a vertical takeoff or landing jet.
Yep.
And that was the issue because sometimes you're like going to attack somebody and you accidentally hit the VTOL button.
Yeah.
It slows you down and it goes into vertical mode.
Okay.
So far, they may add that later, but so far it's only F-16s and super easy to fly. Now you'll get spammed with surface-to-air missiles.
Really?
So yeah, you don't have enough flares or chafe to
avoid all of them. When you got people with anti-tank armory, like infantry, right? That could take it out as well.
Yeah.
So I love doing that personally. I love just hunting for vehicles.
So the vehicles have been great. Team play is good. One of the new things for the tank is you have your positions in the tank, but you also have people can hold on to like a metal ring, like a tow ring on the back and ride on the back of the tank.
Oh, that's awesome. That's new.
That also gets you splash rocket damage. So if the tank takes a hit, you're going to get a hit too.
Jeez.
You can ride on top of the tank now. But I think you always could. You couldn't ride on the enemy tank because it just kills you instantly. I think.
Have you seen that video where there's the maneuver where the dudes drove a tank? And I don't think it was this game. They may have tried it, but they drove the tank on top of the jet, took off, and then while they're in the air, the tank is just rolling on the jet and like shooting other planes out of the sky.
No, I think that is 2042.
Is that? I thought that was 2042.
Yeah,
that's goofy.
Going to the destruction, like I said, almost everything is destroyable. You've got gas cans everywhere, like in the urban streets. So watch out for those.
Okay.
They'll blow you up. They'll blow the entire building up too.
Wow.
Shooting rockets and stuff at walls. And you can kind of tell if the wall is, I'm going to make up a word, crumbable.
You can tell?
Yeah. So you could, if you see like through a window, that kind of gives you a clue that that wall can be taken out. Because what they're wanting is you to take out the cover for the enemy.
Oh, I see. That makes sense.
If that makes sense.
What are the little pylons I see them throwing down on? Like we're watching. Like,
so
what are those
the
little
one
things?
we just saw, this is a sniper class.
Oh,
so I can't remember what it's called, but it's a motion detector.
It pings the area.
Set your little beacon out.
Okay.
And if someone runs by it, it'll pop up on a mini map that it's enemy. The other thing he has is a spawn beacon.
Gotcha.
So kind of going through the assault, I believe has a grenade launcher, and I can't remember the other one. Engineer has a missile launcher, a rocket launcher, and a tank mine.
Cool.
The support has the defibrillator paddles and a shield I think it can put up.
Okay.
And the sniper has the spawn beacon and the motion tracking.
Gotcha. Very cool. Did you have to turn on your mini map, or did it just come on by default?
It comes on. So if you look at the screen now, it's down in the lower left there.
Yep, I see that. Okay, cool. Very
I'm trying to cover everything.
It's very similar to 2042, but like
it is
refined. It's like they refined some things.
The one post I saw, and I don't know if it's real or not, we have a lot of AI going on, but I think it was, hey, we're done with all the cosmetic skins. We're done with all that stuff. We want to go back to just being a real military simulation, and I think that's great if that's a real thing.
Yeah, well, or closer to it. Yeah.
I haven't been able to fact check that yet. So
yeah, okay, that's pretty cool.
Kind of wrapping us up, if you don't mind.
No, please do.
It's going to be great. I think the beta is running so good, in my opinion, that people are going to buy it. Maybe not the big $100 pack. I think it's the Phantom Edition, but they buy the standard for like $70.
Which so edition wise, did you do standard
$100 one? So it comes with a game pass, like the season pass or whatever.
Okay, so you get all
a couple
the DLC
weapon
stuff,
things. Yeah.
Okay, I see.
But I've been invested in Battlefield since I think Battlefield Bad Company 1, the first one.
It's your thing. You knew that.
It's my thing.
Yeah, I get it.
I've always been Battlefield over Call of Duty. People can say what they want, but I think it's so much better.
Yeah, I have too.
But it's so much better in what kind of gameplay do you want?
I see him dragging the dude. So wait a minute.
So right there, you're reviving him.
So when he goes to revive, it just automatically drags him?
Well, you have to use your arrow stick. So you can revive him stationary, or you can revive him as you're pulling him out of danger.
I'm with you. So you're dragging him, and you can revive him at the same time.
Yep.
Okay.
So that thing he just deployed was the spawn beacon. So your buddies can spawn on you there.
Okay. I know we used to in 2042. One of the tactics were the maps were so huge, we would sprint as hard as we could, get into enemy territory, get to their spawn point, throw one of those down, and then people start spawning in their base. Yeah.
Oh yeah, and spawning behind him.
I know, dude. It was brutal. Well, that was a great wrap up. Thank you, Doug. Yeah. That's awesome. I'm looking forward to it. We're going to try to play this tonight. So I'm looking forward to it. Hopefully it all goes smoothly and my computer doesn't blow up now that I've overclocked my RAM. I don't know. Yeah. No blue screens. We're going to hold our fingers. So.
And then if I can get this FPS counter to work, I think we're going to
see what you're
on that next show.
Yeah, see what your card can do.
So far it's running phenomenally.
That's awesome, man. I'm glad you're happy with it. So, well, I think that's going to wrap it up for this episode. We want to thank everybody for being patient as we work through life and broken air conditioners and all kinds of crazy stuff going on. But we're getting back into the groove. We're adaptable. We're getting through it. So that's all good. And by the way, your background's looking awesome. I like the centering of it. It's looking good.
I
like
need to raise my power armor helmet up a little bit, but I've
it's looking good.
totally changed my room. I'm sorry that we don't have cat vision anymore.
It works.
Cats may run across the screen, but
it may work. I like it. You got the flag, man. You got your freak flag.
I got to work on my lighting. You may be able to help me with that. This is a little blurred out at the moment. So
it could also be the preview. You know how our system is.
Yeah.
It always looks good. I always go back and kind of like check our edits after we do this, and I think it's looking good. So, all right, let's bring this on home. We want to thank everybody. We want to remind you that we have an awesome thing they're working on that's going to be coming down the way. It's a big project. It's taking some time. We also have a merch store. We also have socials. Check out the Instas. Check out the Facebooks. What am I missing here? Anything?
Thanks. I thank you all every show for coming back and listening to us. We're not a professional show by any means, but we talk about our passions and talk about what we love. And
have fun.
You see that I rant on about Battlefield 6. I'll rant on about something else in the next show. So thank you for listening and loving the show and supporting us.
That sounds awesome. Everybody, you stay nerdy.
See ya.